What's good, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Christina July and I make weekly content on my own personal finances, and this is the first episode of our series called 20 grand emergency fund. And I am excited to take you on this journey with me because this step that we will unpack is absolutely life-changing, and I know because I have been there myself. So a few years ago, I had no emergency fund, none. I was living paycheck to paycheck. If I'm broke, I'm broke. If my salary is finished, it's finished. I literally wasn't worried in any way. I think things became a bit intense when I had my son, and you literally cannot have kids and not have money that's just there waiting for something to happen, like anything. Because once you have these little bundles of joy, life is like, but at some point I decided to get all of my things together, because now I have a son, I'm an adult, I had debt, right? I would get all of these store cards and a Mobicred account so I could cover things that I needed to cover at a time if I don't have money. And the idea was like, oh yeah, no, just get that Mr. Price account, and if your son needs shoes, then you get the shoes and then you can pay it back whenever you get paid, or just get that Mobicred account, and if you need something off of Take a Lot, you can just buy it and then you pay it. And that's exactly what I did, right? I did exactly that until I felt that I couldn't handle the payments anymore because it accumulates. And before I know it, a huge chunk of my salary is going to paying back debt. And I knew I had to change something, and I needed like a safety net and money that's just chilling, just waiting, So fast forward to today, I have personally achieved some incredible financial milestones. I am debt free, and I'm going to keep saying it because it's amazing. And not a lot of people can actually say this. People have debt. If there's one thing I know for sure, people have debt, and we have made debt normal. Like, saying that you are debt free is like a whoa, oh my god, and it shouldn't be. Everybody should be debt free. Get your money together. If you don't know how to get your money together, get somebody to help you get your money together. Like, pay for that course or go on that consultation for somebody to look at your budget and give you a plan or something. But really, like, being debt free is something that you should do. Just be debt free. Like, leave debt alone, So I'm debt free. I built my first emergency fund, like my starter emergency fund. I've reached a net worth of like 250,000. That was a goal of mine from last year. But I also know what it feels like to miss a goal, because the goal that I have of a 3-month emergency fund is a goal that I had for the year 2024, right? But life happened and I couldn't quite make it. But it's fine, So my 20,000 Rand emergency fund is currently still intact, and what I need to do right now is then build my 3-month emergency fund. But this video is about the starter emergency fund, that 20,000 Rand that I'm talking about. You need an emergency fund because life is unpredictable. No matter how careful you plan, no matter how particular you can be, unexpected expenses will always come up. Like, something will happen. If you have a car, your car will break down. It will need new tires. It will do this and this and that. Somebody will bump you. Things like that. I just had because my partner just had his car in December bumped and all of that, and they had to write it off. It wasn't even his fault, right? So there's always going to be something, a home repair, medical bill, a sudden job loss, which is the worst, right? And if you don't have savings to cover it, you are left with limited options, like getting into debt, getting credit cards, taking on loans, or borrowing money from your family. Which, don't ever do that. Don't ever borrow money from your family. Don't even borrow money from your friends. I would rather get a loan than borrow money from my family and my friends, but then that's just me. Here's the problem with that, right? The reason why I'm saying that, because the options that I just listed, they have strings attached. So debt can trap you in a cycle where you are constantly playing catch up, paying interest instead of actually making progress towards your financial goals. Because every single time I look at my home loan payments, I'm just like, how am I paying thousands and thousands and thousands and only 900 is going to the principal amount? that should be classified as robbery. I don't know, but I'm just like, no. So things like that, there's just like something that's off about all of those options. And then borrowing from your family, there's tension, there's strain in the relationship. Borrowing from your friend, now you can't go for a drink because you owe your friend 5 grand. Like, don't do it, right? Have an emergency fund that will give you freedom, it will give you control, it will give you freedom of mind or peace of mind. You have money that is literally strapped up and waiting for something to go wrong, right? And I want you to imagine this for a second. Like, think about it. Imagine waking up tomorrow knowing that no matter what happens, I have 20K that's sitting in my emergency fund and is ready to protect me. Imagine not having to panic when your car suddenly needs repairs, or your washing machine breaks down, or your fridge stops working because of load shedding. Instead of stress, you feel calm. Instead of worry, you feel like you are in control. And it's really not about money. Like, the things that I'm trying to say, this picture that I'm trying to paint, it's not about you having the money. It's about security. It's about not lying awake at night stressing over, what if this happens? What if it happens? Then I have money for that. You don't even have to think about it. Like, it's security. It's not about money. It's not about peace. It's about peace, right? It's about knowing that whatever life throws at you or throws your way, you will be somewhat okay. And an emergency fund is sort of like the foundation of financial security, because without it, every financial issue or setback or problem turns into a crisis, right? If you have it, you can continue making progress towards your bigger goals without interruption, right? So for me, my financial priorities go beyond just covering emergencies. I'm working towards investing for my son's education. I'm working towards like a net worth of like $500,000 now, and there are long-term goals that matter deeply to me, that if I don't have an emergency fund, one unexpected expense could force me to pull money from those savings, right? Like pulling money from my retirement annuity or my provident fund, or pulling money from my son's education because I was not planned up, right? That's not a risk that I'm willing to take. So your emergency fund is like a protective layer, a protective barrier around your dreams and your plans and your vision. It ensures that you don't have to derail your financial future to handle unexpected life moments, right? So how do you get started? So we're gonna break it down into like simple actionable steps. Number one, you committing to the goal. I've decided on the goal myself. In fact, Dave Ramsey has decided on the goal. The goal is 20,000 rands for you if you are in South Africa. This is your safety net. Write it down somewhere where it's very visible. Write it down on your fridge, on your notebook, put it on your son's forehead, wallpaper on your phone, right? So you can see it every single day and you keep it at the top of your mind and remind yourself why you're actually doing it. Number two, you're going to open a dedicated savings account. Open a separate savings account just for the emergency fund. This is very important because keeping your emergency fund in the same accounts as like your regular spending money, that's also very tricky. I know this because I've done that, right? It's very tricky, and you can easily just go into it for things that are not emergencies. So when you set up the account, set it up like separately, hide it somewhere, give it a nice name like financial freedom or like peace of mind account, you know. Then every single time you see the account, it sort of like reinforces your commitment to financial security. And then number three, you're going to automate those savings. Automate the savings. We all say it, right? Savings does not have to be hard, guys. Saving money does not have to be hard. Set up an automatic transfer from your account to wherever the emergency fund is and pay it off every single time. If it's like every payday, do it every single payday, right? Even if it's just like 500 at the time, just be consistent, get it done. And the goal is to make saving effortless, so you don't have to rely on willpower. Because when I decided that, oh yeah, no, I can just put money aside whenever, sometimes now I look at the budget, I'm like, yo, it's a bit tough this month, maybe let me not save. Don't do that to yourself. Set it up when the money your salary comes in, it just goes out automatically and there's nothing you can do about it. And then the process of having to withdraw from that account, you're not gonna do it, right? So don't rely on willpower. Don't think to yourself, oh yeah, no, I can do it every single month. You're not gonna be able to do it. I'm telling you, you're not. And then step number 4, you have to find extra cash. Because sometimes you think to yourself, oh no, I don't have extra money to save. Hey, I don't know where I'm gonna start. We will get there, right? I'm gonna make another video where I will tell you where you can find extra money that you didn't even know that you had, so you can build up that starter emergency fund. So now let's say you've built your 20,000 Rand fund, and then one day your car breaks down. Instead of panicking, you just calmly transfer that money, right, from your emergency fund, and then you cover the cost. No debt, no stress, no thinking about it. You fix the car, then you start rebuilding that fund. Like, you have to put that money back now, right? Take the time to refund it straight away. Don't even wait, right? So this is how financial security feels. It's not about never having emergencies, but it's about being prepared when they do come. And I want you to take a moment to think about how life would be different if money stress wasn't weighing you down. Imagine the peace of knowing that you have a cushion, like a soldier, like a ninja, that's just ready to like protect you. You know, when life throws its things at you, you are like fine. You know, so that is what this 20,000 Rand emergency fund is about. It's about breathing room, breathing space, it's freedom, it's about taking control of your financial future, right? Like your future self. So go ahead and let me know in the comment section, what is the first step that you are going to take today to start building your emergency fund? And then in the next video, we will break this down a little bit further, because you don't have to save 20,000 Rands all at once. So I'll show you exactly how to break it into like smaller achievable milestones, so you can make steady progress, right? And if you found this video helpful, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on episode 2. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. I didn't say bye.